A rare. I wonder how many Saturday shows we've done in the history of KMS. Someone will let me know.
I thought you were going to say a rare Riggsy double. Back to back.
Well, it's the only time it's ever happened, so it's pretty rare.
So rare. Holy
Riggs
cow.
feeling it, like retweeting like the 3 people that said he did a good job.
Oh, yeah.
Going around the golf course, telling Camilo Villegas, like, wow, did you see that? Unbelievable.
Going around.
Camilo's very impressed.
I do like walking around the golf course.
So we're back Saturday morning. This won't be super long, I don't think. We have to get in our contractual obligations. I'm happy to do. 3 KMS episodes this week, as I promised you. You'll even get 3 next week leading into the live show.
Yep.
Colin and I filming away this morning. Calling it a pro with his Bible, wandering around. You do this thing. If you notice this thing you do, this is the new do this.
No, I haven't.
Okay, it is really annoying.
So I clearly have ADD. I have to be doing something at all times.
Yeah,
Sitting
I
or
know,
something.
but like you do this thing where you're like, okay, like, when it's not working, like, okay, well, how about?
Well, you got to think. That's me thinking.
Yeah,
That's me thinking.
That's like you have to have a sound
Yeah.
to you thinking?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I will not be on the broadcast today. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. I was running this morning by the course. There's some legal issues. It was a little dark. I tried to jump over 2 of the golfers who were sleeping on the street. I broke one of their ribs, so they're going to sue me.
You know what I meant.
Yeah, no,
you know what I
it's a
meant.
real Occupy Wall Street kind of feel
you knew
down
what
there.
I
4
meant.
people were
You knew what I
out
meant.
and about,
You
as
knew-
always, on a really nice golf course yesterday with $1 million homes next to it.
Yeah, I think
Lined
So
with-
where are these golfers? Where are the golfers that are battling
I'll give
their
you a hint.
asses
I'll
off,
give you a
who are
hint.
raising
You
money at
see-
their country
you see
clubs so they can play
see the
professionally?
hotel you're in right now?
Yes.
That's where they all are. Like all of them. Yeah. I mean, this hotel has been swamped.
Yeah, it's
and then
crawling with
by just like all of a sudden last night, this crazy party broke out with like 100 people here.
It was a scene last
It was
night.
loud. I came back in
there's
there.
marijuana cigarettes were being smoked, I think.
After Riggs and I had our emotional, which we'll get into, our emotional drive back. It was a very weird 5 or 6 hours. But anyway, so and I don't know what you're talking about.
I meant the stories of these golfers.
See, this is
who
what
are
you were saying
fighting for
yesterday
their
in one of the
lives.
commercials when you're like, he's like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like,
He does. You do it that way.
But we don't know what you're talking about.
You
do you ever
do.
think that
You
everyone?
do. You
you
know
ever think that
exactly what
do you
I
think
meant.
that everybody always says to you, "What are you talking about?"
No.
That maybe it's you.
Yeah, I know for a fact when I said that. First of all, I'm being sarcastic by saying poor people. I don't.
No way.
way
You
you
can't
know.
claim you would be. You just like and also no chance that I knew what you were saying. When you said
that's another word for basically being like a guy fighting for his life to get to the next level.
poor people,
Actually, he probably is technically poor, probably because he's week to week. He's
but the
trying to
phrasing,
make his-
when you said did you guys see a lot of poor people out there? Not once did I think.
You didn't mean the golfer living
No.
in his car? Oh, that's what I meant. I thought the Corn Ferry Tour was like all these guys who are week to week.
You're acting like they're
battling.
going and like playing Bethpage Black every weekend, like trying to sleep in their car at 3 a.m. to get a tea time. That's not how it works.
These
They're at
guys
a
are all
hotel.
sponsored and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat this, but anyway, so we'll get to it before we get to the golf stuff and the controversy and the reason why Foreplay basically wants me to come out and just be their muscle as usual. So I'm after last night's
verbal muscle?
and maybe a new enemy has emerged in the KMS world after dinner last night. I'm still. Do you have any updates on that before we get to it? Is
No.
that part of a
No.
text thread at all? Anybody weighing in?
0 updates.
Okay.
You had a shocking dinner last night.
Shocking dinner last night. Anyway, let's get to the real controversy, which is this. Dave Colnay and I actually agreed on something immediately. This Kristen Bell, do you know who that is?
Yep.
Her husband, Dak Shepard. You probably listen to his dumb podcast.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Kristen Bell's the girl from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
there you go.
Yep.
Frozen, the voice of
She
Elsa?
is Anna.
Anna. She the Kingdom of Isolation.
Nope.
McQueen.
Nope.
That's not her?
No, isn't that?
Oh, that's the one
Menzel?
that John Travolta messed up at the Oscars that year.
Yes.
But she's the character, but she doesn't sing it.
No.
But she speaks the words.
No.
Oh, she doesn't play that
She
character.
is Anna. She is the redhead.
Oh, is it Anna or Anna?
Anna.
Who plays the other voice?
I thought it was.
Oh,
Idina
she does
Menzel.
the voice
I
and the
thought-
singing.
I thought, yeah.
Oh, does she sing in the movie? She must, right? Kristen Bell.
Yes, she sings for Anna.
I remember my daughter Kate was in. What year was Frozen? 14.
Beats me.
Let me figure it out.
10 years
She was in
ago, I'd
first
say.
grade, and they had Harrington School talent pageant that night, and that was when Frozen was enormous, and like 25 girls sang "Let It Go," and she was one of them. And by like the 12th, 13th announced by the teachers, the parents were like, basically, like, "What the fuck?" Like, it was a torturous experience.
It's awful.
It
I never
was-
saw Frozen. Never seen it.
Why would hope you wouldn't have?
Yeah, it'd be
We're
weird.
Kids. I
But
mean,
any cultural phenomenon like that, it's almost like you
you're
want
not
to.
you're a Pixar guy or a Disney guy?
I love Toy Story.
You do?
Love Toy
Is
Story.
that his second mention of Toy Story?
think
Can
it
you
is,
just say
actually.
Toy
What
Story?
was one of Jeff Delo's top 13?
Oh, okay.
100 out of 100.
Toy Story's a good movie. I mean, but you
Yeah,
liked it
yeah,
when you were a kid.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you're
pretty
flipping around
silly,
tonight, and Toy Story is on, which is not a documentary.
One of the worst lines in the history of any movie is in Toy Story, which obviously, I mean, there's probably quite a few of them.
I don't know. What's that?
Woody, I believe Woody gets like hit off of the back of the bus, and they realize that he's actually like good and not bad. And Rex the dinosaur goes, "Oh no, now I have guilt." It's one of his lines, and it's such a dumb fucking line.
I don't know that one.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Have you seen the whole entire franchise?
Oh yeah,
Oh, you did. You saw Toy Story 4.
there's a 4.
Okay.
I saw 1 through 3. I saw 1 through
Wow,
3.
you're so confident. You're so happy. So oddly proud of seeing 3 cartoons.
I thought about lying and be like, of course I saw the 4. I've only seen the first 3.
So Kristen Bell is married to Dax Shepard. Read the tweet, Dave, would you, if you would?
Sure.
Do we have to? I mean, do we have to solve this? We can't make calls on the show, can we?
We can, but then I'd have to put headphones on you and all that stuff. So, I figured you didn't want to. All right, the tweet I read was from page 6, but it's from their Instagram story and everything like that. Kristen Bell, Dax Shepard, and their kids were left stranded after getting kicked out of Logan International Airport in Boston on Wednesday.
Okay.
That's the first part of it. One of their reasonings was that they couldn't find a hotel in Boston, and no vacancies within 50 miles.
Well, that's what Kristen Bell said, right?
That's what Kristen Bell
She
said.
said there were no hotel vacancies within 50 miles of Boston. Which night was this? Last night or the night
I
before?
believe it was Wednesday night.
Yeah, checks out.
Saturday. Yeah.
I mean, it's just not believable.
Not
50
at all.
miles?
Not
Can we
at
call,
all.
I mean, if we called, so 50 miles around Boston, if you do a circle, is Worcester,
Yep. You're getting into parts of Rhode Island, I bet.
certainly Rhode Island.
Yep.
I would think definitely New Hampshire.
Quite a bit of New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I also don't believe that there wasn't any vacancies in Boston proper. Like,
Well, I know,
at the
but I'm
Four
just playing it
Seasons.
out. I'm just saying some crazy thing. But
Yeah.
also, I don't know this. This part may be true. Would they, what's that?
Those are all the availability of hotel rooms
That
in
night?
the Boston area. Well, this is, I would say right now is
That's different
probably-
Wednesday night.
Yeah, but Saturday night would
Yeah.
be busy.
So who, do you believe that they kicked her out of Logan Airport at 1 a.m.?
Nope. I've done many nights in airports.
Yeah,
you
if
can
you-
just stay there all night.
You read stories all the time. These people were stuck in airports.
Do they kick you out of the area beyond security?
Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know that. I don't. That part I'm going to say I'm willing to at least have a conversation about.
I would entertain a conversation, but I know that you can stay within the airport. Me and Frankie last year slept at the Atlanta airport. We slept on a coffee table together.
Nice.
A coffee table? You
That was the only option.
don't have like you can't get any of the things?
They were packed full of people. All the good spots were taken.
I actually thought
It was like there were a bunch of poor people around.
I saw
It
a
was tough.
father and daughter sleeping in this airport, O'Hare, and she looked really young. Like she probably couldn't have been older than 5 or 6, but they were both passed out in a blanket. And I was like, I don't think I would ever do that. Like, you're asleep, right? So you don't know what's going on. You should be watching your 4-year-old daughter, don't you think?
They were together though?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a weird.
I wouldn't want to.
I don't know about
I wouldn't
that.
want to do that. That seems like a tough one.
Yeah.
Why don't you, just for argument's sake, right now,
Yep.
call the Fairfield Inn in Auburn, Massachusetts,
Familiar with that one?
Where's Auburn? North, south?
right outside of Worcester.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I played in a golf
see
tournament.
here.
Worcester. Nice spot.
Well, let me. Is that within 50 miles of Boston?
Oh,
One
definitely.
second.
Oh,
Worcester's got to be.
Well, don't say that. Let's make sure we're accurate. I want to give Miss Bell and Mr. Shepard 47.6 miles.
Okay, that's perfect.
Thank you, Dave. That's kind of why I thought of it.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks, buddy. It's helpful. You thought.
That's nice. No, that's reassurance from
Can you hear
Dave.
it in my headphones?
Will they be able to go back retroactively?
Maybe.
No. Yeah. See if I can hear your headphones.
Can you hear it?
Can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything either.
Well, you don't have headphones.
Well, neither do I, Dave.
Neither one of us has
I'll
headphones.
ask the questions.
Is it on speaker?
It's going
Good
through the
morning.
board.
Thank you for calling Fairfield.
Someone
Marriott.
answer.
This is Doris. Can I help you?
Good morning. How are you? I just have a quick question about availability of the hotel. Is there a chance that you can go back in time and see if there was availability this previous week, so on Wednesday night?
Investigator.
No, I
reporter.
can't go back.
You can't go
Because
back at all?
The audit closes and it only keeps for 3 days.
Okay.
So no.
Okay, I'm doing a little investigation. Do you think you had vacancies on Wednesday evening? I'm sure you did, right?
Don't lead them.
I have
That's a
no
leading
idea.
question.
Okay, hold
That's
on.
a leading
Hang
question,
up,
Dave.
hang up, hang up. Oh, for
Yeah,
one,
that's
hang
it.
up,
Yep.
for one.
Yep.
You're a fucking idiot.
Damn it.
You just-
Okay,
Yep.
next one. You got another?
You got to throw that trial out.
You wonder why.
I mean, you heard the tone of her voice.
Yeah, but you.
Me and I had already established. a
Nobody heard
relationship.
anything.
I had already established.
It's a mistrial. It's a
Her
mistrial.
voice, I couldn't hear it.
It's a mistrial.
We
You got to
already had a
start
good
over.
relationship.
Try again.
One second. We will look now in the beautiful town of. Let's go to.
That was like a Nancy Grace episode.
Let's go to Westboro.
Okay.
Do we have something there? Is there anything there? I think there is. 34.9 miles away. I mean, do I need headphones for this? Because you're just going to fuck this up.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, that's like, I'm sure you had them, right? I'm sure there were a bunch of available rooms.
That's great. That's one of the.
Destroys the entire, what a lawyer he'd be.
I'm sure you murdered this person, right?
I don't even understand.
You had to have.
What am I doing with these?
Stuck the knife right in there.
Okay. It's great. Before we get into more in the heavy Brant, not do too much Brant, but boy, does he hate me, huh?
There was no direct interaction between you two yesterday, so I don't.
Is that pretty telling?
Well, there weren't that many opportunities. He canceled. No more meetings. We had no more meetings yesterday.
Yeah, but he is in your ear and then Jake's ear the whole time.
He was in my ear less yesterday for sure.
Is that good? Yeah.
Way
that's good.
less yesterday.
Can you hear yourself?
Yes. All right. Was there a hotel in? Now I can't hear him. Yeah, now I can.
That's great. You gotta get new headphones. I'll buy them for you if you want, but you didn't want to give them up last time.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the hotel?
I don't know. Westboro. Look it up. Westboro. Holiday Inn, Marriott. I don't know. Motels. I mean, we'll give them that they're not going to stay in like a dump. We'll give
How
them
about a
that.
double tree?
Not it's the place that has decent towels. And you hear people screaming at 11 o'clock at night. There aren't dogs fucking barking.
There's a Marriott in Westboro.
Okay, call it.
Marriott's nice, yeah. Class.
Trying to build themselves as a Boston hotel.
Yeah, they do that.
That's bullshit.
There's a lot of dogs here too. You notice that?
Is it pretty standard to be able to bring your pets to a hotel?
It's become so. I
I
think.
should say live to tape here. We've been a little bit negligent on that.
Well, you did it first. Not
Can
me.
you get in
I
trouble
was-
for that, actually?
I went to the Supreme Court, in Massachusetts.
never
for it.
heard.
Oh, yeah.
And one.
Yeah, I was going to say, you did win that.
Oh, yeah, this is Sue. How can I help you?
Hi, good morning. I have a question. I'm working on a story. I was wondering can you see if you had hotel rooms booked days previous to this?
What's the last name?
No, it's no last name. I'm doing a story for a travel blog, and we're trying to figure out room availability in Massachusetts over the past week. So I was just trying to see if you had room availability on this past Wednesday night. It's just part of a story. We're on hold.
I don't think we're on hold.
Need you up on this?
I kind of think that was a hang up, no? Wouldn't you say please wait?
Wouldn't it go to something?
I don't know. I can't fucking hear anything.
Or 0 for 2, I think.
I'm in the dark here.
Yeah, I knew she
Okay,
hung up.
try again.
Okay.
I don't know why this is so difficult. This seems like you tell me a hotel can't tell if they're sold out.
I
on
have
Wednesday
to be
night.
able to just go back.
All right, where are we going to call?
Get Rick's headphones.
Get Rick's headphones.
Wouldn't they want that data just in general to know when they were and weren't vacant?
Yes, I think they
have to have
they
that.
have to have that there.
Yeah. I can slide up.
How about within 50 miles? Here you go, Dave. Hampton Inn and Suites, Westford, Chelmsford. We know that's certainly within the 50-mile radius.
You got it?
That'll work.
You can hear us?
I do have to lean forward like this and I have some back issues. But
You can stretch it out.
yeah.
Hampton Inn, Westboro, Chelmsford. I'm sorry, Westford, Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Certainly within 50 miles. I don't even need to confirm that.
Nope.
Maybe we need to speak to I mean, is that a general manager issue? I mean,
Is it kind of aggressive if you lead with,
say we're doing.
can I speak to the manager?
Yeah, that's true. But I like that. We're kind of doing just a blog, a travel blog, to see what the hotel vacancies.
Fun travel blog. People travel. Where are we?
Thank you for calling the Hampton Inn Westford, where free Wi-Fi, free hot breakfast,
Wow.
and our clean and fresh Hampton beds are waiting for you. To make a change to an existing reservation, press 1. For new reservations, press 2. For sales and events, press 3. For all other needs, Please remain on the line.
Hampton and the me is a hit or miss.
You are being
Experience.
transferred to
They say
the
hot
operator.
breakfast there, you know it's cold as ice. Those eggs are
A
cold
brand
as
new
ice.
one is not bad. I've seen a couple that are brand.
Thank you for
Oh, good. Hello.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi. Good morning. I'm writing a blog for a travel website, and we're trying to see the hotel traffic in the Boston area over the last couple of weeks. I was wondering, do you have the ability to tell me if your hotel was fully booked this past Wednesday night or not?
We were, yeah.
You were booked.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, completely.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
You know what? NAACP conference is going on in Boston right now. That is a monster conference.
So now you're backing off your
Hold on,
your
that's
Twitter.
That's
you're
a
back-
monster.
you're-
Now it started today though.
That was easy.
Now you're backing off your Twitter assertion from Wednesday night.
No, I still think it's a lie. It's definitely we'll find vacancies available.
This is
to
unbelievable.
us.
Your story crumbles after one. First of all, this woman. How was she so sure it was booked Wednesday night? She
Might be a new record quick.
Right
Colin
away.
ain't
Why don't
That's
backtrack.
not true. No, I still think
Why
it's
don't
a
you
lie.
One
tweet out the apology
fucking
to Kristen
hotel.
Bell?
How
No,
many-
I'm not. You have one. That's not enough data. That's not enough data right there. That's 3.
How many hotels do you think there are within 50 miles?
Oh my God! Are we counting like these are two celebrities? Are we being fair? We're not counting like motel like shitbox $29
You got to
a
count.
night.
You got to count Holiday Inn.
No, but I'm saying like
Right.
Like I'm talking.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, yeah,
So we'll say
The chain ones. You want to say? Are you counting Super 8s?
no.
Motel 6?
No.
Okay, so Holiday Inn Express and up.
Yep.
Holiday Inn Express, Hampton Inn will allow,
Marriott.
Hilton's,
Mm-hmm.
Hyatt's.
Yeah, and then there's a few like there's kind of the nice boutique ones,
Yes,
right?
yeah, like the Four Seasons types.
200.
Around Boston, there's more than those in 50 miles, 1,000.
You think 1,000?
Providence is within 50
Yeah,
miles.
you're right. You're right.
Worcester's within 50 miles.
Yeah, but I'm taking away all the others. You still think with the big chains? Okay.
Yes, don't you?
There might be a couple. There might. I'd say a few
All
hundred.
right, I'll go to 600. 600 hotels.
Okay, well, I mean, you're
My
not.
opinion stands.
You're backing off.
I'm not backing off.
I still don't. I don't even know what side you're on at this point.
It's almost like when you said the NAACP got scared. for
No,
some
I'm just
reason.
saying,
Like,
I
now
know
you're
that- no, I'm
now
just
you're-
saying-
Now you're worried.
You did. You you waded into waters you're not
you're
really
racist
confident.
for saying that they're filling hotel rooms.
First of all, credit to the Wu administration for getting that type of conference into the city of
Oh, of
Boston.
course,
that's
absolutely.
a great move.
Absolutely.
A lot of hotel rooms are going to be booked for that.
You
However,
think the NAA I don't know this. You think in, like,
I'm pointing
Manchester,
out-
New Hampshire?
I'm helping the investigation by pointing out other things that are going on.
Why don't you get to work on this and you have nothing else going on,
Right.
And see if so far you're there. We called two, no answer.
Yep.
One woman's like, "Oh, for sure." Then you're like, "Oh, there's a conference. It's definitely booked." You've done the 180 as usual.
Okay.
So now you're. Why don't you send
No. I said
Why don't you tweet an apology to Kristen Bell?
I'm
and
not
Black
doing
Shepherd?
that. I have more research to do. I just said that more rooms would be booked because of the conference. I think it's a little bit more believable. Now, she didn't look anywhere other than Boston. Like, she just didn't
Well, how do you know that?
because she didn't.
Okay, but you have any proof?
I don't.
No.
No. I don't.
Zero.
I have zero proof.
Okay. Good. So, no, you know, you wonder why the Farwells are fucking having a barbecue today. Calling on the case as usual fails. Jesus. And really attacking the NAACP also.
No.
That was
saying they're
concerning.
booking- Why?
That's
Where did I do
concerning.
that?
Because you completely ignored them initially. And then you're like, oh, they were there. This is like classic.
Yeah.
Classic white knighting or something. Or gaslighting.
I didn't see you guys bring up that point.
We
That's
we
much
we-
we're
respect for your-
expanding
that's
my
much respect for your
horizons. I'm
organization.
reading different information. I
Much
know that
respect for your
information. You guys
organization.
didn't. So
Anyway, so we had day 2 yesterday, which I thought was better than day 1.
Yeah, day 2 was much better. I thought much better flow. We were kind of left alone a little bit. We only had like 30 guests
It wasn't as bad.
instead of 60, so it was good.
There was plenty of grumbling going on. And then we go to dinner, Dave, last night with the foreplay guys. And something amazing happens to me. I didn't know this. We're having my dinner, having a nice steak dinner. It's me, Riggs, Frankie's there, Brandon.
Brendan?
What's it?
Brendan?
That's what I said, right?
I thought you said Brandon, but that's good either way.
Brendan, John,
John?
the
Alex, our other producer.
was that it? Is that the whole group?
And then I think Rob, the social guy.
Yes,
there as well.
Yes. All a bunch of nice guys having a nice dinner. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, an amazing thing drops on. I had no idea, and I'm excited to promote this. I'm happy for the company.
Did you retweet it yet?
I haven't yet.
right.
My friends, teammates, maybe, PFT and Hank Lockwood have a terrific new series on social media, YouTube. Have you seen this yet or no?
I saw it's got I saw original title.
Yes, but this is it's a throwback title.
It's vintage.
Yeah, two golfers just breaking the 100.
Yep.
And I saw the picture on YouTube. It's just a couple of guys in the car just having some laughs.
So there was a discussion at the table of
It was spirited discussion.
the spirited discussion of, they release the Pardon My Take crew releases a video that they promoted. I believe it was all Thursday night. It went out at like 7 p.m.
Yep. Pardon My Take. Dan Katz, who, if you're on social media on the Corn Ferry Tour, is hosting again today. I think at the Corn Ferry.
I saw if you follow just the Pardon My Take account on Instagram too, it would appear
is
that
that right?
Jake Marsh and Big Cat
Wow, who knew?
are hosting the NV5
To be fair to
Invitational.
Dan was trying to move away from that.
Oh, yeah,
He shot because they wanted him to do some dumb skit, and he was like, "I'm not doing this stupid fucking thing."
I thought he handled it incredibly well. It came out. He did the announcement.
I would
He's a
agree.
big name.
I would agree.
They wanted that juice,
Not his-
and then
definitely not his issue.
he removed himself from it
For sure.
But at the same time, on Thursday, there was a promotion going on for. They really shut down the promotion of the NV5 Invitational quickly, and moved on to promoting a new series called Breaking 100. And there's
Which is like, so this led to a discussion at the table, and these guys are all my friends, Hank and PFT and those guys. But like, I was trying to think of how I would handle that if somebody did something like that, or how Jeff Lowe would handle it. Oh, I know how you'd handle it if somebody did a dozen trivia or Caleb's thing or whatever. And then this guy, so we're all kind of agreeing, and it's not even really. There's not like a level of anger, really. It's just everyone's kind of laughing. We're fucking around. It's just a funny thing. And then all of a sudden, this guy I've never spoken to, this guy John, just goes fucking crazy. Like, I think he might have had like an aneurysm or something. Remember that? Years ago, there was that clip that baseball play-by-play guy had a brain thing. And he said he had a gun in the booth. Do you remember that?
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about?
Yes.
It was like that.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think he just had some, and I was like, and he became super combative and was making no fucking sense.
And it was an 8-on-1 or whatever. We were like, well, no. So John too, the background. John is he's camera guy, editor. He's been there forever. He's been there since like right when me and Frankie got hired in 2016, I believe. So he's been there for 7 years. Or so.
If you're watching this tournament on Barstool TV, which you should be doing the last couple of days and today, he's super important. Like during the things where they show water like running down the stream, he's shooting that.
So John is an insanely nice guy as well. He's known behind the scenes, like a pretty quiet, great guy to add to a shoot.
You're claiming this was a complete outlier.
So I'm trying to set the context for him being that passionately kind of combative towards the rest of the table was so shocking to us because he's a go with the flow guy. He's kind of a yes guy. He'll shoot whatever you want. He's easygoing. He's like the best. He's the perfect kind of guy for a shoot. And here he is. He's on this shoot. We're doing the NV5. And last night we were sort of making the point, like you just said, of if it was, we don't own people filming golf. You can go film golf, obviously. But think like titling it Breaking 100 after Trent literally is still putting out Breaking 90 episodes. He did the Breaking 100 last year.
It's just a weird.
It seemed like a bit of a
I thought it was like a
weird
parody
move.
At first. I thought it was like a parody, but it's not.
which would be funny and fine
sure,
and whatever.
for sure, yeah.
But it's not. It's just kind of their own. And so we were having, again, a spirited discussion, as one can imagine, being like, we'd probably prefer if they didn't call it the exact same thing, much like if, like we said, if PFT put out a video every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. called Sunday Conversation, and he had like Zah sitting next to him instead of Glennie, I don't think Caleb would love that.
Probably not. Maybe
Yeah.
you would like the first one was a laugh, but like by the fourth
Sure.
time it wouldn't be so.
But if he was just doing it pretty seriously, like, no, this is my new series I'm working on.
But I think we all know Hank Lockwood cares about nothing except golf at this point.
And so we were having
I think it seems to me.
spirited debate, discussion. Really, it wasn't even really a debate. It was sort of just us airing out that, like, it'd probably be like nice if could have gotten a heads up about that, or they just title it something differently or whatever. And then John Kelly, who again has no past indications.
I don't
being
believe
this.
that.
He was very much like, this happens all the time. You guys, like, basically, you guys shouldn't be upset about this. This is kind of what people do at Barstool. They try to emulate things that are successful. And he was at one point saying, this is very flattering. And we were like, well, I don't feel that flattered that he's
It got to the
taking
point where everyone was kind of like, oh, it's weird, but whatever. To like, because he was the way he was talking and interrupting and moving his hands and his face. Everyone was basically like, fuck them, fuck you. Like it got very combative.
Out of nowhere.
Then we walked out of the park. I was like, fuck this guy. Like, what the hell's going on?
It was going to be such a nothing dinner. I'm like, we had a couple beers,
There was
couple
a moment at dinner where
tacos.
nobody talked for like 30 seconds. I was like, this is fantastic.
And then it turned into,
I didn't even know about it. I mean, I started laughing when Cullen, of course, as usual, was kind of like down the middle on this one. I think he wants to defend.
No, I'm actually getting angrier though. I actually
Angrier?
Yeah, I think it's actually a really bad move. Yeah.
Wow.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Because so Trent breaks 90 right
90
now, right?
now, yep.
So Trent breaks 90. He's not breaking 80 anytime soon, right? Ever, probably.
Pricey's journey. Yeah.
Right? So I assume that the vision long term would be him helping somebody else break 100 or break 90. So then Frankie moves out of that program. Trent is with somebody in or something like that.
Well, the plan
That
is...
makes sense, right?
That's, by the way, is not nobody's vision, right? To be clear.
That's definitely not the vision, but there is a vision for keeping the breaking series going, right? And we'd also say it's not unheard of for someone to do a breaking something series, but it is pretty unheard of to have like a weekend shitty golfer do it, right? There's all kinds of breaking 70 or breaking 80 series out there. To have Trent, who was, by all accounts, right? Trent preferred watching golf more than like playing it at first, and then he started to get more into it and he wanted to get better, and he went down and got a coach, and that was the whole journey. It was like he broke 100, he did it, he had the cigars, it was great. And PFT would tweet all the time about how much he loved the series. He actually
worked
watched
these guys are about this. I like
every
it's
second of the
fantastic.
series.
Yeah.
And then he's got the breaking 90, which he's still in the middle of posting them. So that's why for us, like that breaking sort of series, to me, it feels like it's like Foreplay kind of owns that, I think.
Also, professional golfers are into that series.
Homa
That's
comments
like one
on
of
it
the
all the
biggest things,
time.
yeah.
I
People
would
love
say
it.
like it's not as big as Trent's thing, but like if they did a thing called the case and they were trying to solve a murder going around, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Right. I'll play devil's advocate. I'll play devil's advocate for 1 second. Breaking 100 feels like it's a subsidiary of Foreplay, right? Or the Foreplay
Well,
brand.
they're not saying that. Do you think they're kicking money to Foreplay?
No. Trent's version of it
Oh.
is a subsidiary of Foreplay, the brand, right?
I think so.
So they feel like they're not copying like a main entity. They're not copying. The case is its own standalone entity. It's not a part of the Kirk Minahan show or anything like that. They feel like they're copying like just a offshoot program. They're not copying
Is that why
Foreplay.
they reached out to him to see if it was?
No, I would have reached out if I were in that spot.
Did anybody
there's
reach
like-
out?
No.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. It's like, and look, then we can't be the guys that say something to them because then we're like, you're right. Then we're like assholes that are like trying to be the
Yeah,
guard.
but can you? What would happen if you start? If the Foreplay guys played roof ball tomorrow? What would happen?
Well, it would be more like what's another thing that they do? Like a big thing that like if they started really doing a Mount Rushmore and like tweeting it out
Every
and going
episode?
I think that would be an issue.
I guarantee you that they would not be happy about that. I think that would be like kind of a wild move. And we would, if we were going to do that, it would either be a joke or we just never do that. Like, just come up with your own thing. That's like
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
yeah.
So anyway, and the other thing, it's like there's breaking 100 and breaking 90 merch lines that we've done. Like that's a pretty clear kind of franchise of its
Right,
own underneath us. So anyway, so that was, I think for most people, like even if you go look underneath it, there were the tweets that had the most likes
and
underneath
so
it.
many-
Oh, and you went deep.
So many
after.
rigs burners. He was
Yes.
he was signing out and signing in last night, like in the car, like you wouldn't believe.
I wish I had a burner. I don't have what it takes to have a burner because I would never be able to handle getting caught.
Who do you?
You
Who
would
do you
fuck up immediately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Riggs is the greatest. From
A
your
couple
account.
beers on a Friday night.
Your
I'd
own
be
account, like
Riggs is the greatest.
Who's the most to blame? Like who's at the top?
Hank
of the,
Lockwood.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, his
friend of the show. Friend of the show.
He's huh?
Friend of the show.
Big
Helpful.
I love all those guys. I mean, this is not
Same.
to me. It doesn't matter to me. I think it's fine. Honestly, if you want to tell me, I'll announce this now. I'm joining that show. Breaking 100. I'm gonna be with those guys.
You'll be the next guest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the back of the cart, like riding backwards. Like the poster, my legs will be up.
That's
like,
one of those cool zany.
that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah,
Like
right.
Dude Perfect all of a sudden.
Yes, we'll have a good time.
Yeah, you guys go play Augusta.
Hank's title is what?
I don't know his title, but it
he's
feels
in
like he's overall
he's in charge
programming
of-
guy.
Yeah.
Put it this way: if somebody went to Hank, who was on a smaller scale than the part of my take guys, I was like, "Hey, we want to do this thing called breaking 100." I think he'd probably be like, "That's probably not a great idea."
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
So I think you have your answer.
And he's in that role where he's supposed to do that.
That's what I'm saying. So I would say I'd blame Pie. I would blame Hank Lockwood 60%, PFT 26%. That's 14% left. I would blame the Foreplay guys because
Yeah.
they seem like they can be run over.
Right.
Like they would never do that to Kirk Minahan like that. And Foreplay's bigger than our show, but they would never.
Oh, that video should not be on YouTube.
They
Right
just
now.
would never do that to Kirk Minahan.
Right.
So I'll blame the Foreplay guys 10%.
Okay, thank you.
And the final 4%, Brant. I'll blame Brant.
Brant? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say John. But
Just 4?
yeah.
John. Oh, shit. Yeah, John. Well, I'll tell you this. I threw it out there walking out to the parking lot last night, which sparked some interest. I think, is that his name, John?
Yep.
The video guy? I think he was like in some conversation where he gave because he was so defensive that I think he knew about this beforehand. He was like, "Oh, that's not a bad idea." And
He's on the
now-
inside. He's on
and
the
now
inside.
realized he fucked up.
Right.
And there's, I think, a double agent like telling the part of my take guys last night to add some text like, "Oh, the Foreplay guys are pissy. Oh, Kirk Minahan's and that like that whole thing."
Can I say this too? Go ahead. Sorry.
And he seems like a swell. Oh, I should say that. To me, he seems like an asshole because it's the only time I ever dealt with him. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I mean, if that's your only interaction with that guy ever. What would you think of him?
Yeah, if that's all you're going off of, you have no
sure
no
he's a
choice, but
wonderful guy, but
He is like one of the more well-liked guys.
He sat
behind
next
the
to me at
scenes
dinner
the
at
company.
the other night at the brand night. Yard House. Didn't say a fucking word.
Yacht House. Right, that's how he usually
So
is.
I almost feel like somebody's like, I don't know if like his drink got spiked. I don't know what was going on.
It was weird because we had, as a guy that I hadn't really had a drink all week. I was excited. I could only get 2 beers down, so it's not like he had time to get shit faced.
Yeah, I didn't love the red onions on the nachos.
No.
That was did you see me working around those?
Yeah, everybody had to.
Why didn't we just say no red? That was a big mistake.
I don't think anybody read the description. You kind of just nachos.
And then Riggs, the waitress, like gave Riggs like 4 like meals together. It's very weird.
That was bizarre.
And then you're like, yeah, we're in no rush. I'm like, you seem very. I
was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Also, I was, I didn't know it was going to be such a combative dinner. I would have had a different approach to that. I was trying
Why
to
didn't you tell me about this
fire myself
this
up.
YouTube video before?
You're on the internet. You're on Twitter.
Yeah, I should have known about
How do you not see that? I don't know if I guess it was really hard to tell on the graphic what the show was called. So
I was laughing too hard at the picture, so I didn't even get to see it.
Yeah. So, so what I was going to say is, do you think that they had a conversation about if breaking 100 was like?
Yes.
Yeah. So
On
my
some
point
text
is,
somewhere
if they clearly had a conversation, then how does that not in any way go by us? That's what I would say.
Definitely.
Like if they're conscious of it, then obviously we're going to react to it. So
I just think it makes them like they're bigger than that. It just makes them look weird. I don't know why they would do that. Like they could do a golf thing, everyone else does. Although keep in mind,
I don't think they're trying to build a brand out of it. I think they just created a YouTube video. Is what I think.
there's only one guy in the company when he went into the golf brand, reached out to Riggs and said, "Hey, true or false?"
who?
Me with a stupid gambling show. Even you don't know the gambling show.
Oh, I thought you were talking about YouTube stuff. I was like,
No,
what?
this is a YouTube show.
And he was so territorial that he felt like he did have to join.
Because Gaz
the
was like,
gambling
"Let's
show.
do it," and I was like, "How about Riggs?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I guess."
How about Riggs? Oh yeah.
By the way, Hank was on that call.
Yes, he was.
Hank was on that call.
Yeah, Hank was like, "Can
Might
I
have
do
been
it?"
where this all started.
Hank's like, "Hey, Kirk, you think we can break 100 together?" I was like, "Maybe." I don't know. I'm down for it.
Speaking of, let's not talk about the golf gambling show right now because we're not having a good week. Jesus Christ.
Cameron Young missing the cut.
Oh my! So did Sepp Straka.
Straka.
That was
we
my
got,
big
we
pick.
got Ludwig. We got Coley. We already won the bet. It's on JM 6 pars in a row.
And I will say, when you came to me with that, or allowed me to be in that, it was
Well, I
very.
think
You
if-
were like, whatever you want to do. If you want to put it on Foreplay, if you want to put, you were like, wherever we're doing golf related stuff.
You're like, I don't want that at the foreplay.
I was like, stay away from our channel. No, thank you. Forget. Delete my number.
But that was I just like, I love golf, but I also have some like. First of all, Riggs and I are close, very close, and I like the other foreplay guys, so I wouldn't want to like. I feel like that's a little intrusive.
Because it is.
Yeah, but now it's not though. He's on it, and I reached out to them.
Yeah.
I would also say in general, from our vantage point, it's like we are one of the more successful brands at Barstool. And so why would they want to water down Barstool as a whole? Why would they want to water down?
Because they want to get rid of you and have their own golf thing. Hank, that's why.
It might be.
No, that's my theory.
Might be the
That's my
answer.
working
But
theory.
you're also successful because you know what you're doing within the golf.
Get your mouth up a stick, Dave.
No, this is the truth.
Appreciate it,
why
Dave. That
wouldn't
feels
somebody?
good.
Why
He doesn't
wouldn't
know anything. He thinks Sean Allen.
Yeah, but you would say, okay, we're getting so big, we need more content. We should use other Barstool personalities. It should be under our brand.
Well,
we should sign off on.
I'll announce right now. I'm going to be a guest in September with Frankie Borelli in that golf thing.
Yep, as you should be.
Yes.
And then I imagine you're doing scumbag golf that'll go out the day before.
Yeah, you got to walk me. Like, am I like in scumbag golf? Am I what clothes am I wearing, Dave?
I don't know. I think you look
Like basketball shorts and like
probably
tank top.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Yep,
a collar
wife
shirt,
beater.
For sure. Yeah.
And like when I miss a putt, I'm like, fuck that.
And you like spike your putter into the ground.
Oh, yeah, and then like what I like. By the way, the only
Is
person
that
in
what
the company-
Live Events Lisa thought? Is I only consume scumbag golf?
the
and
only
that's why?
the only
Yeah, that
the
is
only person in the
exactly
company who defended Marty Mush at his harshest moment is me. Guys never reached out to say thank you. By the way,
No?
Never,
I've-
not once.
I've heard him say
You know what that is?
publicly.
You know what that is? That's a scumbag move. Scumbag move. He's on my shit list. And you know what? If he's going to eat balls, he'll face me on the course. 9 holes of scumbag golf.
That's going to come out one day before you do your video with Frankie, bro.
Yeah, I'll do that.
The other thing I would say about the video is this does feel like a very important week for the Barstool Golf brand and the company. To release it on the opening night of that big week has to be a talking point.
It crossed my mind.
Yes.
It crossed my mind, Dave.
Did you text him that line exactly? Did he read it for you or no? Call name?
That's a good one. Telepathic here. I sent
I'll
those.
send it to you.
Yeah. We were talking this morning. I sent him some notes.
I think
I'm like Brant, and he's Jake Marsh. I'm just feeding him.
I'm ready to strangle Jake Marsh, though I like him. He was better yesterday. He's not better, but I think he's starting to understand the Kirk Minahan of it all, I think.
Yep, he's learning.
I think. It's
Right
a
away, he
process.
was a little, you can be you can ruffle some feathers early
Yeah, I guess.
for folks.
Yeah, we got some good behind-the-scenes Brant stuff from people who have been in the truck with him. He seems like he's having a hard time with everything.
Well, it's actually starting to paint the picture much more clearly for me now. Like, I get that he is a TV. It needs to be done professional. It needs to be done smoothly. If anything goes wrong to the point where Dan yesterday, they had like a wide shot of him instead of a camera following him. They're like, Dan, you're on. And Dan's interviewing the guy, and he's like, there doesn't seem to be a camera near me, but they must have one that's got a wide lens. And apparently Brant lost his mind in the truck and was like, I told him he was on. So it's like, no, our audience loves that shit.
Right.
We're not supposed to be good at this.
That's what
When
you
the
want.
fuck have we done TV before?
Yes, that's exactly. What was it? I had another Brant thought. What was it?
But from his perspective, does he want you guys to be more buttoned up because he wants you guys to do more deals that he's a part of?
I think
I think you're overthinking. I think he's just an old school
Yeah.
TV.
Yep.
One point at dinner, because the guy John's like, you understand who he is. I was like, oh, don't get me wrong. I know. Like, everyone here knows he's one of the 10 most famous golf directors of all time. The guy John's like, oh, you're being serious. I'm like, nobody can name you 2 golf directors. Golf directors.
I didn't even know there were golf directors.
I mean, I can, but I'm just saying, like, it's, I don't know. Today will be interesting. I think we're pretty loosey-goosey at this point, so I think today will be even better than yesterday. And then we wrap it up Sunday, which is unfucking believable.
Happened fast.
So far, it's been a hit.
I think it's been great. I really do. It's gone better than I thought it was going to go. I don't know.
Absolutely.
For whatever reason, I had it in my brain that we kind of needed to be, a little bit more like covering, talking, broadcasting.
Yeah, but you learned that
calling
stuff. Like,
golf.
we didn't, yeah.
And eventually, it's like, no, we're just shooting the shit. There's golf all over the place, and we're having fun with it. That's it.
112,000 views from a day. Oh, no, sorry, that's breaking 100, yeah, which is great. Look how much fun they're having.
That does look like a great
Good
time.
time.
2 guys in a cart trying to break
Funny
100.
shirts, big smiles on their faces. Not a worry in the world.
Yeah.
Hank
So
just-
what was Tread's take?
Trent wasn't at dinner.
I know, but he doesn't. You haven't heard from him about this at all?
Well, I think the take would be pretty obvious to everyone. It's
he's
like,
a pretty
that's-
laid-back guy.
Yeah, but it would just generally be, again, it's not like we're going to go to war over it. It's just kind of, it seems a little shitty, in my opinion.
They should just do now, every part of my take just do rip off everything at this point.
Daily 9.
Yeah, dude, it's the Sunday
Travel
thing.
series, Sunday
Yeah.
Conversation.
Absolutely. Jake Marsh can solve a murder. They could do it all. I'm in for all of it. Yeah.
Jake Marsh brought his father into the booth yesterday to try to trip you up.
Power move.
Yeah, that was a good move.
His dad is, proves boring does not skip a generation. I mean, just like Dad, we're just stand his mouth open, like, boy, it's nice here. Dad, go get a Coke, go for a walk. Would you?
It's nice here. This is cool up here.
Jeff Overton's on 12, putt for birdie. Go
Look at
take a
those
look.
lights.
Greg, go take a look at that.
No,
He seemed like a very nice guy.
Yep.
No, it was very what helps us is we actually have a nice crew up there.
Yes.
The ladies, what's the lady's name?
No idea.
She's very nice.
We're both bad at this.
I thought you'd be good as a former sales guy.
No, I suck
And
at
like
it.
a golf press the flesh guy. You should be better at that. People expect me to be bad at it. The guy who's behind there seems like a nice, pretty laid back.
Yep, he's very chill.
Very
He
chill.
had a big spill the first day.
He did have a big
like
spill
ripped
the
a
first
cord
day.
out or something. It was a shoe.
Justin Ray and I have now connected. I think he's understanding the Kirk Minahan of it all.
He likes the Kirk Minahan.
Did a trivia thing, and he's like, "If you ever need a phone a friend,"
I heard that,
That's
yeah.
I'm
surprised you didn't take his number down
I need a
at that
phone a friend
moment.
for golf.
Yeah.
He's our phone a friend
Oh, he is
now.
for golf. You're a fucking golf podcast.
No, he doesn't. Not golf. He knows everything. He said.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I like him. I happen to like him now. He's a friend.
Me too.
He doesn't follow me on Twitter.
Do you follow him?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We got a big follow back from our guy Kev.
Yeah, Pricey was back in booth again yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He's like doing the thing where he's hanging around like 10 minutes before, like just lurking. He's a lurker is a guest,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a concern. Like, don't you have work to do?
You're turning on him.
A little bit.
Yeah. I knew that was
It's
coming.
inevitable with me. No, I like it. I like it.
Overexposure.
Well, I think he might not have any darkness.
He might just be
A nice guy.
lollipops and he might
Oh
be.
no, that guy has darkness.
You think so?
it
We
definitely
thought
has
that
darkness.
too.
Have you dealt
but-
with him at all?
Well, I just heard him talking about how wasted he was going to get on Sunday night.
He
And
likes to
that,
drink.
That just means that's a common occurrence, which is fine. Have your fun, but you got to have some kind of stories out of that.
Yeah, he's mentioned it a few times. He mentioned like right away when we had him on. He's like, I was having a few beverages last night, so I think that's got to be a bit of an issue.
I will say just one golf note. I have actually never seen anybody miss a putt that close in the tournament ever in my life. That was insane.
I think that was the closest one I've ever seen too. I've seen somebody whiff on one from close
Yeah.
or that close,
Yeah.
but not actually make contact and miss.
That was crazy.
It's hard to do.
That was insane.
High side lip out too. He had like 4 feet coming back.
Yeah, it wasn't even like close. He almost missed the fucking hole.
It's horrific.
It's crazy.
And he's playing well. He was at like 11 under or whatever. So that was
Rapport
the,
had him breaking 60 like 6 times during the round.
That was-
guy shot 74, I think. He lost his card.
that was the nuclear launch
Yes.
control guy.
I got Conley telling me this morning or last night that like he's like the PGA Tour's gonna do more with these things now. You seem optimistic.
I do. Yeah, I read some article that was like they want like 6 or something like that. Did you see that article?
Have you heard anything like that?
I've been sent a lot of. I'm trying to stay focused, eyes on the prize.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So no, I haven't been
Are you
scouring.
sleeping until 9 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
That's a
yeah.
good way. No distractions.
Sleep, clear head.
Right.
It would
Full
have been.
heart,
It would have been a
can't lose.
big press week for the Foreplay boys if Brianna Chicken Fry didn't start fucking dating a country music superstar. You would have been all over the internet.
That's really
You
devastating.
would have been all over the internet.
Yeah, that combined with the breaking 100 was just
Yeah.
The real thing was
fucking pushed
devastating was
down.
Brianna and that country guy shot 102, so they go back next week and do it again.
Try it again.
Yeah, we'll
Try
see.
it again.
Did
Try it
did
again.
Hank and PFT break 100?
I don't know. I doubt it.
You don't know that.
No, I didn't watch it.
So that means we're doing it again next week.
Here it comes.
You got to do it.
Get a golf coach. It's
almost-
the whole thing.
The one thing I disagree with
We're
somebody
gonna
at
get a
dinner-
Southern golf coach.
The one thing I disagree with is somebody there because then there was getting. I'm telling you, everybody was like, "Oh, we really like the Pardon My Take guys. Are all good guys."
Yes.
Like they should have told us no big deal until the fucking guy started yapping away. Then everyone just got mad at him, and a lot of anger toward him moved toward the Pardon My Take guys.
Yeah, which was unfair to them.
It was up, but he was their defense. It was a trial at that
But-
point, and he was making their case. So
As the representative of them in that moment,
Right.
he was so infuriated.
I was this close to I was angrier than those guys were, and I'm friends with the dancing with my like I wanted to turn this guy and be like, shut your fucking mouth.
I thought you were gonna clock him.
I was this close to whacking him in the
Thought you
fucking
were-
head.
If you would have clocked him, oh man,
A great moment. If I just
Oh,
knock him out,
great
start beating the shit out. He just kicks the shit out.
I couldn't believe it.
Would you have texted Max Homa if he retweeted that?
No,
You can't do that.
no.
You can't do that.
Nope.
But that's gonna be infuriating.
No, he
If you
texted.
see
No,
a
the move he did was texting before it said, "Don't retweet."
Don't
it."
you dare.
Which I know you're thinking about.
proactive.
It. I can see. I can sense your
The
fingers
one
right
moment was,
above it.
It wasn't Frankie. It wasn't Trent. I'm sorry. It wasn't Frankie. It wasn't Riggs. Somebody at the dinner was like, "Well, and now Pardon My Take has like Max and Brooks on." I'm like, "Well, we were all like, that's different. Like they're supposed to go on those podcasts.
Those guys
Podcasts
should all go
is
on there.
huge.
Pardon My Take's way bigger than we are.
Yeah, we went on that show. It's a huge podcast.
You have to go on there. So
that
I've-
part. I'm like, then it's getting like.
It could be. It would be too much, but literally, it's the talking point of everybody. Like the golfers who are familiar with Barstool, that's like their first thing. Like Trent. When's Trent going to break 90? When that's their first go-to.
There were a bunch of guys on the Corn Ferry Tour broadcast that mentioned it.
Yeah.
Like my favorite thing's Trent. I couldn't believe when he, topped that ball on 18. So people know about it. So yeah, obviously it's a big part of the Foreplay brand. We get it a lot. Like when Brian Harmon goes on Pardon My Take after he wins the British and doesn't go on Foreplay, we'll get a lot of like, I can't believe Pardon My Take. I'm like, of course they fucking got him over. Like they're way bigger than we are.
Plus, you fucking destroyed Brian Harmon's reputation.
Yeah. Plus
Shit
we
all over
said
him.
it was boring as fuck because it was. It was.
But I'm excited because the first 2 days we were in the booth. Now Riggs and I will be on the course today because obviously Hank and PFT will be in the booth. So it'll be good for us to kind of get a different look at the course.
Stretch
see
the
what's going
legs.
on. Those guys are going to play 9 after. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have to cover them doing that. I think you have to actually shoot them do that. Today.
So I think that they actually do. They play 9 and they try to break 100.
Right.
Combining their score.
Does that bother you to be shooting camera work for those guys today doing that? Or you
Yeah, me and John will be out there together.
You're happy to do
I'm
it.
going to film that stream for a
John's
while.
a
and
frog
then
going. Get John,
Call
get
it a
look at
day.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Oh, so it's. Are they playing alternate shot?
I don't fucking know what they're doing.
No, I think they were just
Dave
combining their
Dave
score.
Watchy loves
I watched the first. 30,
Yes,
I watched the
yes.
first 30 seconds. To be honest,
You love it. You love it.
I didn't love it. No.
I'm sure. I mean, it's I hope it does well.
the Frankie Trent combination is the most lovable thing on the internet today.
It's very endearing.
Well, I'm more of a Hank
Until it's
PFT
not,
guy
yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Where these guys face off, I'm looking forward to that.
They would never. They're gonna gonna invite on Cullinane and like
Oh, David would do it 2 seconds.
No,
Definitely, absolutely.
2 seconds you would do that.
they would. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, it's not like you want to sit here and bitch about it. But if we're at dinner and that thing pops all over our Twitter, I think
I just thought it was very funny. That's all. Like it's not the end of the world. It's very.
No.
It was more. The story was more that guy John, more than that, because it was like if that guy John wasn't there, it would have been like, oh, that's really weird. Ha ha ha. Oh well, I don't know what the fuck's going on. To like 6 guys being like, you're a motherfucker. Like fuck you.
your family sucks. Yeah,
And he's like, I don't like up. He's like, and he, by the way, like he was making no point. I don't know if I don't do any of these edible things. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he ingested a bunch walking in. I don't mean maybe he's not. I mean to cast aspersions. I don't know. But he was like a transcript of what he said would have made no fucking sense.
Yeah, it was illogical.
What was his point?
He never got to a
He's
point.
been there a long time. He kept saying that, which okay, that's great. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but he kept saying that.
I think he was trying to make the point of you guys don't own the IP, you don't
Correct.
own that, and
Nobody's saying
therefore
that.
everyone that's technically works for the same company is trying to get views the best they can. That Breaking 100 is a good title.
But then
and it's
but
clearly
then you're
worked
like,
before, but he didn't make that point.
Yeah, he's like Caleb, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? I don't know. Who knows? What else going on, Dave?
Did you see Kelly Keege's rebuttal?
I heard it. I
Yeah,
retweeted
about
it.
Stool scenes. Yep.
Yeah, she's very worked up.
Yep.
We have to have her on at some point. I didn't think it make a lot of sense to have her on now.
No.
Maybe next week.
No, I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be much Barbie conversation going on next week either.
No.
So.
She wrote a terrible blog the other day. Did you read that?
I don't know.
Just meandering and dumb, and I mean,
At least she tries.
yeah,
Tries to
I don't have a
start
problem. I
shit.
don't have a
Yeah.
problem. Her problem is like you can't. She said whatever she wants, then you go back at her, and she gets all. It's like, well, okay. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's a dummy, but yeah, she's tried her best.
I didn't try to poke Francis, but I did bring it up to him. And I didn't know if there'd be any kind of animosity toward one comedian getting a gig, but him not, and there was not. He didn't care.
What are you talking?
He might just hate me. So Caroline is playing some big comedy festival in
That's the girl
Montreal.
from Idol.
Yes,
Yeah.
from Arrow. And she mentioned on KFC that she did not believe he was going.
Okay.
And so I thought that would be, I don't know, I thought he'd be a little upset about that, but he was not upset whatsoever. He
Good.
told me she's playing a character probably up there, not doing a stand-up set.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that. I don't think.
That's great stuff.
I didn't know.
I was taking notes.
Two
a work.
comedians at the company maybe fighting over that. Who knew? Who knows?
You on the clock here? What do you know? You gotta go.
No, I was just that story. I was
Riveting, wasn't it?
Make sure I wrote it down properly.
Your phone was off. You were staring at a blank screen. It'd be better than that. Story.
You told me the other night to try to start shit over that.
Yeah, but
I'm
how'd
just
that go?
updating. It didn't go well. So I'm just
How was the
updating.
2-day Francis experience?
It's good. I mean, I think he's doing really well out there from what I hear. No?
Yeah. What's your role then?
Kind of just shadowing him and if he needs anything. But there's always like 5 people there.
Okay.
So
If he needs it, you get him like cold water. Like, what are you doing?
I just get it anyway.
That thing on the.
I just go grab like.
I
5
never
at a
understand
time.
what it's originally from. But you know that thing where they just show different events, like on the screen, and like the crowd goes completely wild. You know that thing they always show, like a sports bar.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, what's the original screen? You know what that is or no? But the crowd goes, was like a soccer thing.
I think it was a soccer game.
Yeah. I think so.
I'll just say last night at dinner before everyone got angry at each other, there was news that somebody had left the state of Illinois, and the table reacted like that.
Oh.
What? What'd you say?
What were you guys
I
all
didn't say anything.
I'm not saying everybody at the table reacted like
I didn't say anything.
that. The table reacted.
I didn't say anything. That would be a great Photoshop in there.
Just on the plane.
She goes from like the
She or
tunnel
he?
on, steps onto the
Well,
plane.
she or he. I'm not saying you might be. I know what
Or
you're thinking.
it?
Yeah,
Or-
you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. I was talking about somebody else. But
Would
yeah,
that person have a problem if I just showed up to the course wearing this shirt today?
I don't know that. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, got it.
But yeah, there was. Yeah, somebody mentioned that where she's like, I don't get it. Like Kirk's like really nice. Like when we're meeting after the. I'm like, well, what did she think I'm going to do? Be like I'm here for a job.
Yeah, but that's the ultimate kind of scumbag move is to when somebody walks out, right? So she walked out of the meeting, came back to talk to the producer because the talent wasn't there. to yell at the
You know
talent.
this.
No, I'm talking about why you got mad of her going after me.
Oh, no,
Like,
I'm
you
saying-
left the room. She wouldn't have done that in front
No,
of
but
you.
I'm saying like somebody the other day yesterday I think was saying to me like at the meeting we had at this tournament where she's like, Kirk just came up and like was fine to me. And I'm like, she was almost like upset about it. I think she expects
She's gonna
me
start a war in public.
Yeah, I don't know what she expects. I don't quite know.
Imagine if you came up to her and you were like, get the fuck away from me.
I mean, like I have no, like, you know, I laid it out. Nope. Like we're here to do a job. Like it doesn't have to be a.
Francis kind of has that approach too,
He definitely does.
where he's like, I don't get it. The guy in the golf videos, he's so mean, and then when we go to dinner, he's such a nice person.
Yeah, like, but if you said something dumb, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's not, but it's not, and these guys break balls with each other? I don't understand.
Doesn't seem it.
I don't know.
Some of us are above all this. We just let it roll off our shoulder, you know?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So chill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you call somebody's mother a stripper on live television, you know?
I defended you there.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Covered your ass.
I defended the Cullinane Castle.
You're
there.
saying never once ever.
Is my mom a public figure? Because I've had lawyers reach out.
has a
if
Twitter
the
account.
Defamation is
She has a Twitter account.
She does.
She has a Twitter account.
With a long history.
Fucking mistake.
Your mom has never shown those titties at the Foxy Lady dance around. She's never gone to the champagne room.
I can't confirm that.
That's what I'm
Actually, yeah,
saying.
you're right.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
I haven't
Amateur
done an
night to make a couple of bucks.
Never done an investigation.
How many kids do you guys did the Colony family have?
6 kids. She was active.
Big Jack. I mean, you know, sometimes maybe the bills were a little tight. Tuesday night, Kathy,
Well,
go
to
shake that
provide
ass.
for, right.
Go shake that ass for. I mean, a lot of singles probably around the house when she was paying bills. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good breasts or no?
There's a good little nugget from Dan Rappaport there in that
What's that?
spot, that Foxy Lady spot.
That
It's
was.
a nice little nugget.
That was.
Yeah, he's getting a little loose with it. It's nice.
There was one line yesterday where somebody talked about somebody had to take a shit in the porta potty or something.
Oh, the shad.
Yeah, Shad, and they did the promo for the brand's like promo for the shirts, and Jake's like, boy, somebody might need a new shirt now, and Brant goes, nice. He
Brant loved
He
it.
loved that transition
I'll say the two guys on the same wavelength the most this week are Brant and Jake Marsh.
in the world.
Oh,
They
yeah.
connected
They
at
are.
they are mind melting each other. Like,
Well, can Brant get Jake golf gigs in the future?
maybe.
I don't know, but I think Jake has to hit his cough button every time Brant makes a joke because he is cackling over there to my right. It's he loves it. So,
If
yeah.
they ever decide to make a huge scale Iron Eagle movie like Oppenheimer, Jake will play like a young Iron Eagle, like the origin story Iron Eagle. It'll be Jake. It'll be Jake. And Jake loves it. Like he loves doing those stupid, terrible reads. Like it gets to the point where it's not Jake's fault, boy. Like these dumb commercials and these dumb like, hey, first round notes, and it's the point now. I think you mentioned this last night, where we're looking at the leaderboard, and Brant will be like, turning page of leaderboard. In the first like half of the day, the first day, Jake would be like, 8 under. Scott Straczynski, 7 under. Jeff Overton, 6 under. I'm like, you're saying what they're looking at.
Yep. He's reading the leaderboard to
Yeah,
the
you're reading what people are watching. I know maybe Mike Geary is interested in that, but for most of America, they can see what's going on.
He is assuming the entire audience is blind Mike.
I think so.
As he
Yes.
just reads. And yeah, I can't believe Brant goes, okay, page leaderboard's changing. It's changing.
There it is.
What, do you think we're
But
you know,
you got to remember, I'm going to defend the Brandster. He deals with idiots,
I guess so.
like just empty-headed Dan Hicks play-by-play morons.
Today I think I'm gonna be like, guess what, boys? I think the page is about to change. Oh, and then we'll go crazy when it changes.
Brant did not like the thing either where I was like, they'll show a guy who we haven't seen all day and he's got like a 40-foot birdie. And I was like, geez, I wonder if this is going to go in.
He did not like
Did
that.
not like that.
Oh, he did not like that. He goes, at one point, you go, oh, first time we're seeing this guy all day. I wonder what happens here. And then he, in our ear,
Ninth
he
hole.
goes, 9th hole. We showed him on the 9th hole earlier. Second time we've seen him today. Showed him on the 9th
And then
hole.
I was like, oh, good to see him for the first time. And he's like, no, 9th hole.
And Kirk, and the audience, he knew the audience couldn't hear Brant, but could only hear you.
I'm going to do so much of that today. I am so.
Yeah, he was pissed about
But I
that.
think Jake is starting to. Could we turn Jake on our side, do you think?
Yeah.
Lure him
I think
away
so.
from Brant? That's a powerful ally to Cullinane's point.
Yeah, in the moment, I think we can, just because we're right there. I think Jake gets swept away by it a little bit. He kind of gets swept away by whatever's currently going on for him.
And I can tell Brant is saying to Jake, like, throw this question, have Riggs ask. It's never me, ever.
No.
Never, which is funny. I mean,
But you two are the best golf talkers of the company, right?
I think we're,
The
I think
game
we're the
of
best golf duo in broadcasting today.
history, probably.
Done.
Right? Who else would he prefer to be paired with, Jake Marsh? Like what? He wouldn't want anyone. I would think you guys would be the best option.
No, I
for-
think he'd want, like, a former player.
Yes.
Like a drip former player, not a good one.
But anybody else?
I
at
think you want to be with
Barstool-
like Kevin Van Valkenburg and Mark Calcavecchia or something.
Yes.
Yep, I agree. With
Calcavecchia's
that.
actually good on Twitter, but
But at Barstool,
He's pretty vocal out there.
who else besides you guys would sit there and be able to provide as much information and context into what's happening? Yes, you crack
like
jokes
Frankie
and
and
bust
Trent. I think
balls,
if we flipped it, and Frankie and Trent were in there, that'd be fine.
but you guys know the game better than them, right? Like the
No,
actual.
I think we're more. I think they.
in the weeds.
I don't know. I think
No?
they're nice. I think they might be more willing to. They're younger than I am too, so I think if Brant was, I think they might
Yeah,
be
more
more
willing to play
susceptible
ball
to
with
that.
it.
I think so.
Okay.
Trent's a nice guy.
That makes
Frankie,
sense.
Frankie,
That
I think
makes sense.
Frankie might. We were talking last
Frankie
night.
would go a little more rogue, I think.
I'm getting close. I don't know how Portnoy would do through 2 days with Brant.
He would probably get rid of his headset.
Yeah, I'm getting. Well, I mean, he doesn't even talk to me, so like,
Yeah,
I'm
true.
close to being like, if you say the name of another golf coach, I'm gonna fucking just say pussy 3,000 times. Every time you say a golf coach's name, I'm gonna say pussy. That's the
It's a 1-for-1 deal.
That's the deal.
I will say he's doing too. He's like, okay, we're coming back to the guest, and he shot 65. And then as soon as we come back, you hear Jake go, so you shot 65 today.
How was that?
It's that bad. It's like, it's fucking awful.
But I think Jake is like, this guy's older. He's been around. I'm supposed to respect. He is a play-by-play guy. Play-by-play guys are weird. So I think he's like, I'm supposed to respect him. What he's saying is like, is the gospel.
Yep.
Yes.
Which it's not. I mean, he's had a very successful career. I'm very happy for him. But it doesn't,
And not in the context of what we're doing. Like, we're supposed to make it ours.
That was
Who do
Billy.
you-
His dad was Billy Packer, the old college basketball analyst.
Who do you
Which I
have
didn't
to impress on site the most? Like
What?
who's here from the PGA Tour that you're
I actually
trying to
don't
win
know.
over?
I don't know.
Is it that woman
What woman?
that just left yesterday?
Who the fuck are you talking about?
You know the woman who
I
said
know who you're
goodbye to
talking
us?
about.
She
I
seemed
think
like she was
she's
a big
from the
deal.
tour.
Yeah.
She
seemed
seemed
like
to
a
be
big deal.
pretty into it. I think
She was
liked
very
it.
into it.
The one who
She-
shook my hand and said she's going back to Florida.
Yes.
Yeah, she was going back to Florida.
I was like, oh, you're going? Oh, good. Yeah, we're going back to Florida.
Yeah, but I think she's the biggest representation of the PGA Tour there.
But we keep getting like there's
They should be worried about what we think of them.
Yes. That's what I'm ready to tell them.
Like, I don't mean to be. I'm not part of foreplay. I'm sort of a cousin of foreplay. I'm sorry, my own. I'm gonna try and break 70 with 3 other guys. We're gonna call it
The Daily 9 or something? Or the Daily... Yep.
shooting for 69.
Oh,
What do you think of that?
That one I'd be okay with.
That-
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
Like a picture of me and like up, like holding like another guy upside down, or heads are like their dicks or something like that kind of thing.
Shit in your pants at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
All right.
But like foreplay is a massive. It's the biggest golf brand in the world.
Huge.
They should not be they should not be dancing for Branton. They should be trying to impress them.
Yeah, but they're the biggest golf brand in the world because they brand themselves as common golfers, whereas other
Right.
brands have people who've been in broadcasting for 50 years, and the PGA Tour probably leans that way.
Well, then then eventually they'll be out of
I
business.
think there's a little
That's
bit
how
of
it works.
give and take there.
Well, there's also an element that they think that in order for this to be successful, we need to showcase how good the Korn Ferry Tour golf is. We're like, no, if that were the case, this would already be a super popular thing.
It's
all
on
over the
TV
place.
for a reason. Nothing against them.
Like,
It's
right.
great golf.
And the golf's fantastic, but the only way it's going to be entertaining, catch on at all, is if it meshes with us and our guys on course finding the good, interesting guys and putting out a funny, entertaining broadcast. If it's just a normal CBS broadcast of Korn Ferry Tour golf, then it fucking sucks because nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, like I think it's gonna be a mistake today to put Frankie and Trent with the second to last group because I think those guys are gonna be super tense and be trying to win. Whereas I would just say to them, put them. It's not even their. It's definitely not their fault because they're doing a great job. Put them with 3 guys who are before the round saying, "Yep, I am willing to fuck around with these guys,"
Yes.
or even 2 guys in that group, or even 1 guy in that group.
Yep.
As opposed to these other guys who were grinding to try and make. These guys are sleeping in their cars.
Are there?
Yes, they're trying to make
All the poor people you're talking about?
Not necessarily
course.
poor, but they're sleeping in their car week to week. Yeah.
Yeah, you've never slept in your car before?
I've taken a nap, but I've never slept overnight in my car.
Nor have I.
Yeah.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
You grew up a little, different upbringing, maybe.
Yeah.
I understand. I respect that.
You
Blue
know.
collar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently?
No. But as like an adult,
Drunk? Because you were drunk?
it was a situation. I think it was a situation where we were at like a cottage on like a trip that a bunch of people rented, and there weren't like a open bed. And I was like, fuck this, rather than sleep on the floor or something here, I would actually go in my car,
That makes sense.
sleep in like the back of my car where I think it's more privacy and more whatever. So I think I did something like that. And then I've definitely done it once where I was like drunk, couldn't drive, and there were no other options. And
That
it
makes
was,
sense.
I don't want to say
Smart.
pre-Uber, but there were no Ubers. So I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to sleep in the car. Okay. So yeah, I've done it.
All right. Anything else, Colin?
Nothing I think you guys would be interested in. Nope.
No.
Milton's.
What?
Milton's.
Yeah, well, Milton's for sure. Milton's.com, 3 great locations. We're going to be there on Tuesday, right?
Correct.
We got a busy Tuesday.
Yep.
We'll be back from this tournament. Won't see these guys for a while after this. I can't imagine.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it Saturday.
Wait a minute. What? You hear this, Dave?
You don't think you're going to make
This
it?
pickleball thing I didn't realize goes all day.
Unbelievable.
The choice, huh?
Pickleball's a dangerous sport, too. It's
He'll be
just
blow your fucking knee out.
seriously.
I'm not playing. I don't really like pickleball, but
good.
Frankie's obviously, supported the Barstool
Oh,
Classic. I'm going to go
obviously,
support the pickleball.
Sure, we love Frankie.
That was in one of those articles. I wanted to read about the Corn Ferry, and it's like, this is if
We're talking
Barstool...
about Frankie. What?
Pickleball.
PFT.
Frankie.
No, PFT is a pickleball tournament. I'm going to on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're not going that one?
PFT pickleball?
Yeah, we're canceling. Yeah,
Well, now that I think about it, they put a lot of pickleball at the Super Bowl.
Pickleball
Put a lot of
FT, yeah.
videos out there.
yeah. Pickleball for something. Yeah, I'm in. That works. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so in on all this now.
I know you are. I know you are. You love it.
I want them to take
You
it
love
all. I want them to take over foreplay. Well, I'll be laughing with them. I'll be loving it. Like,
good.
hey, how's Riggs doing? What happened to him?
I'm going to go down to my Piner's house and PFT's going to open the door. Well, Riggs, you might have an open bedroom for
Be
it.
Billy football at the U.S. Open next year. Third hole. It's really nice. Yeah. Whatever happened to Riggs? Oh, I don't know. Who knows? Sleep in his car. Is our guy Kyle going?
Kyle's going.
Kyle's going. Is he
Kyle
all set?
is
I
going.
put 2 tickets in his name. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, you guys got him tickets?
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Well,
That's very nice.
Maybe he's got a lady friend or something. You know?
Yeah, I think he's a married guy.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
Somebody married him, huh?
I think, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's.
Good for him.
I don't know a ton about him, to be honest with you.
He's part of your team, right?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you get to know these people?
Well, I'm just not in the office, and he doesn't really travel. So
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know he was. We saw him in New York last week. I didn't know he was in New York all the time.
Right. Those guys go to the office, and they kind of, they collaborate together and talk and work together in their little cave and area.
Right.
And I'm never there, so I don't really know him particularly well.
How many
But
guys are on the foreplay team?
I think we have about 8.
Jesus. So the guys at dinner last night, not counting John.
Yep. So we've got essentially the 4, 5, 4.5, if you count Lurch, like podcast guys. Then we've got Brendan, who's kind of our executive
By the way,
producer.
if Lurch doesn't do that fucking Breaking 100 with PFT, he's a fucking idiot.
Absolute idiot.
I'm going to send him a message. That would be great.
Then we've got Brendan's our executive producer, one of
nice
the more
guy.
well-liked guys in the world.
Very
He's
nice guy.
fantastic. Alex Bush works underneath him. He's the one that's friends with Pricey. Used to work at the PGA Tour.
Yep, nice guy.
Then we've got Kyle and Jared, who are both editors as well.
Jared, I know him. Yeah.
Yep. And then we've got Rob, who's our main social guy.
Right. No assholes, which is good.
No, we got a really nice crew. We got a really nice crew.
True. And the great crew at Milton's. Go to Milton's.com. The 3 girl locations. We'll be there Tuesday, getting ready for the live show. We got a busy day Tuesday. We're going to see a old friend of ours on Tuesday. I'm not going to say who it is. Okay. How can I'm giving him without giving anything away?
I'm not good at that.
No,
No, that cannot be one of your specialties, Dave.
I don't know. He'll be in studio, not on the show, and I don't know. Some work with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said you have no asshole? If you had an asshole, he'd be eating it. That's what
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
That's all I'm going to say.
That'll work.
Well done.
That's all I'm going to say. Somebody who was, somebody who got pushed out because they basically took over his sport, which is what Riggs has to get used to at this point.
God, we're working on that. That's a tough way to go out. Sucks.
You're going to be, but I can see you'll be finding your own, doing your thing.
Sport cucked.
Yeah, you're not going to have foreplay for a title. You have to do something else.
I'll have to, yeah. Nope. I don't know. Yeah, they're going to just.
Yo,
The new foreplay episode comes out. It's just not us.
it's going to be 70 different things. It's going to be one of these Barstool fuck-ups. You're going to totally screw it up.
No.
Well, if you're listening to this today, it'll be 2:30 Central. So 3:30, I think, for most of you guys. On barstool.tv, Jake Marsh, Riggs. I'll do what Jake does after every time somebody's in studio. Jake Marsh, Riggs, Kirk Minahan, and our guest, Patrick Walsh, who shot 66 today. Yeah, Patrick's a college coach. Is friends with, how about Alabama football, huh?
From all of us here in this room, it's Riggs, Kirk Minahan, and Dave Cullinane are on the show. In case you just joined us.
Well, I would say top 5 stunning moments of my life when Brand said no meeting at the end of the thing yesterday.
That was huge.
I was like, that opened up like everything.
Was that him reading the room, you think?
I don't think he's a great room reader.
That was weird. I thought for sure he'd want to get in. Do you think it got back to us that you were applauding so heavily that he didn't want to?
Do you think the podcast got back to him? You said you thought it did yesterday.
I thought there was a chance. He seemed a little more muted.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He just does not talk to me, which is great. Like I always say, no problem. Just
Maybe he's just a great room reader. And he did the first meeting, and he was like, you know what? These guys don't need pats on the back.
What's interesting though is he thinks he still has rigs though. Like he feels like he hasn't lost rigs.
Well, he does have rigs.
Yeah,
He still got me a little bit, for sure.
But he feels like he's like. I always feel like he feels like Jake. He just like literally owns.
Is it
Yes.
is it fucking you up though? Like
Me?
if you just ignore him and move on, is it so?
Oh, it's
wouldn't
funny.
you
I
rather
rea-
somebody over deliver in that.
I just
spot?
react to it now. It's just funny. Like
Yeah, no, we've been able to harness it. I feel like, especially yesterday, and just kind of ignore him. Like if he's like, "We're going to 9 now," we're not going to stop talking about what we're talking
I guess the
about.
question is, can you really do it without hiring somebody like that who has experience?
No, because it's going as well as it is. I would say largely because of him behind the scenes, sending it to certain spots.
I'm fucking what a turnip, what a rollover.
Your face is on a screen for 3 hours, but he's
Going
the
well
fucking
because of
number one
Brand,
guy.
because of us.
He's very, very crucial to the broadcast.
But 100 people could do that though.
I don't know that there's 100.
He's just telling
We
you
direct a golf broadcast.
He's just telling you
25.
where you're going and giving you stats every now and then.
He's not giving us stats, but I think he has to understand how the golf is like unfolding and what we should show. And then know like when the guys are there and when they aren't, and when they go to that hole, being like the guys are there. So me and Kirk don't have to say anything because
I'm
it's
sure
going to go
he's
straight to
great
them. Like
at
I
his
think
job.
that's
for sure.
But you
That's
don't
what I'm
think,
saying.
But you don't think you could replace him with a Barstool person that kind of knew what they were
No.
doing?
For a golf broadcast, no chance.
Really?
No chance.
Well, I don't know that. Who would it be?
The golf broadcast, no chance.
It's just too busy.
It's too busy. That's the thing.
No,
So-
you need what you need is like him. In a perfect world, he does all that stuff, but just never says anything else.
Yeah.
That's all. But it's kind of funny. Like it's funnier that he exists. Like if we had a guy who was
great
like,
that he exists.
super like into it, and like that wouldn't be as much fun. It's funny to me that he's around doing stuff like
You could have a Barstool person do a football or hockey where it doesn't change, right? They're like everyone's just
field's
watching the
there.
same thing. Whereas this golf, there's so much shit going on that I think we couldn't have a Barstool
that.
person.
How about a little picture in picture, a little during one of the things?
Think we can get one of those today? 2 guys putting at the same time,
No, I'm saying during the commercial. The
Oh,
playing through.
playing through. Where's Brant on playing through?
Brant during our
He's
big
anti.
yard dinner, he actually, he told us that he was on the forefront of being against playing through.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
was his take on that?
His take was that instead of, because he's a big earlier, or this,
Although he doesn't have a problem with that when a guy we haven't seen in an hour makes a 40-footer.
there's no sense to it.
I'm
Anyway.
just saying, yeah.
He was saying that when you do the playing through,
Which, by the way, for most people here, if you're not watching golf, now, like any other TV, they do a bunch of TV now. They go to a commercial, but not really. Like it's half American Express. And then no, by the way, my thing is nobody wins. Like I don't even, like during those, I don't even know what the hell I'm watching.
so that's what he was saying, is that they don't, what they don't do is they don't really prioritize the top coverage during that. They'll just show whatever they were going to show, except there's
crazy
no
thing can
volume.
happen, though.
Exactly. So he's like, there can be a huge moment in the golf that happens that just was on during playing through, instead of if you just go to commercial, then you could come back and package and showcase that better.
Why can't they do more of, I guess a question for somebody at NBC, or why can't they just do like basically this hour is brought to you by American Express?
That's what they do at the Masters.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but the Masters is different. True. But, why don't they just do more of that? It's live TV. They must be thirsty for
I mean,
it.
I think that's their career every single day. They're doing what they're doing for a reason.
Yeah, I guess.
They can't sell it. They can't make as much money doing it.
No, I walked up with Colonnade yesterday. I was like, these Barstool guys were putting on the green the day before Colonnade. Of course, like, yeah, well, they must have sold something. He's like defending these guys.
What's the truth? They're not here for no reason, though.
Yeah, they are.
They are actually here for
Literally,
no-
that's
they
actually-
are actually here.
Is it
for
their client? Is it their client?
I have no idea.
Is it their client?
I don't know.
Do you think? Do you think?
What
they're
do you think?
What do you think?
What
they're doing?
client?
What do you think they're
What client?
here not representing
What
a client?
What client?
I don't know. Maybe Whoop or something, for God's sakes, for all I know.
Okay, what are they doing?
Maybe, but what does that have to do with anything?
What are they doing when they're here?
If your client has a
What are they doing
big-
when they're here? I saw them a couple of times. They stand there. They do nothing.
If their client is there, they're socializing with them a little bit.
Why aren't they
but then-
choosing us?
Yeah, that's something they should be doing more of. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Like, what are they doing?
But you can't argue that it doesn't make sense for a salesperson to not be on site at a location with their client at a big event.
I can make that case pretty easily.
It would make more sense. Like when we did the mini golf. Who was the mini golf sponsored by? Who was it? Like
Chips?
Takis?
Is that right?
No?
Yeah. They had the chips on that one hole, remember?
Maybe Takis.
So I could understand one salesperson that is their client
Yes.
being there for that.
Okay.
Because that is an activation on site. There's the people, whatever. This, I haven't seen a Whoop person anywhere. I know the salespeople are standing behind us doing it, and there's 2 of them or 3 of them there. Same at the mini golf where there are 19 people there. It's like maybe you could justify one fucking salesperson.
No, I can see a lot more
doing
salespeople
it
there that
face-to-face.
week because it's the Super Bowl, right? I can see that, but they were just standing at the mini golf, looking at their phones and doing nothing.
Yeah,
So
but
that's
you,
all
didn't,
right.
you didn't watch them all day.
They're
So
time
they could have been
Dave,
socializing.
what the fuck do you think they were doing?
Probably doing most.
You
of it.
know what they were doing.
What are you doing? Huh?
But they could have been trying to generate leads. Maybe there's other businesses on
yeah.
site.
That guy was
You know how you do that? You pick up a fucking phone.
I know.
You
The
sit at your desk. you grind
the
on a
fucking
phone.
5-foot guy I've seen 3 times. Like, hey man, looks like it's going well. Like, this is golf, huh? You think that guy is generating leads?
It didn't seem
He
like
couldn't
it,
find
no.
his dick with 2 hands on the map.
What if they were a really good salesperson and like they would stand out over time? You just haven't.
Yeah,
found
that guy
person.
stands out for sure.
Yeah, you haven't
Look
found
at
that
him.
person.
He looks
yet.
like fucking.
The other thing is like they should be watching the broadcast or on the phone. They shouldn't be standing around with a fucking Corona in one hand and putting with the other hand trying to get
Yeah,
another.
It's not a good look.
I just can't make
fucking
this
crazy.
I just can't make this putt. You know, I don't know what's going on.
That's what they said to us. We can't make this putt.
Good news. We sold Breaking 100.
The fucking PFT one.
That's what I mean.
It's Stella Blue Coffee. That's who they sell it to.
Which is fine by me. They're a sponsor of this show as well. Stella Blue Coffee.
It's delicious. I have a bunch of it in my apartment.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Good, excellent. AndMiltons.com. Of course, 3 great locations. Go get your clothes, please, 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 including this Peter Millar, which I've been wearing all week. Oh, what's the? Do we have this is Riggs broadcast. What shirt are we going with today?
Green. That like light green, bluish one. You know what I'm talking about?
Can I go? Okay, I have to wear. I can't wear gray shorts with those then.
Yeah, you can.
You think so?
Yeah, I might wear my gray with them.
We're great with green.
I'm gonna wear these with my.
Okay. Mine are a little darker gray though.
I'll have to see it, but I think it'd be all right.
What do you think, Dave?
You got to be wearing the same shirt. So
We always wear the same shirt.
yeah, and you're waist up broadcast, so you're fine actually technically.
It's not more of that. It's more of my mindset when I do it.
Got it.
And more importantly, before we go, we have to find some solution for this chair situation during the broadcast, which is by the way, that's on the director, that's on the producers, that's on the salespeople. This chair makes your ass so itchy. Am I itchy, right?
I would say it's the worst chair I've ever sat in my life.
It's the equivalent of the hotel towels. Because I was like, oh, I could bring some towels, but then I was like, no, that's worse.
It's one of those when I stand up, I'm still in the chair position because
Yes.
my legs
Yeah,
are
everything's stuck and
Yep,
numb
like
and-
stiff, itchy.
it's just like-
you're like it fucking hurts like in your loins. The
What
chair
do we?
fucking sucks.
What do we have? What are we gonna bring? Yeah, I mean, I can't sit in that chair for 6 more hours.
What if I bring a pillow?
I think that's gonna be too. You'll be too high up.
And it'd be too. Oh yeah, you finally figured it out.
But a pillow will send
took
the
me 2
message.
days.
That's actually
What?
a good move. If you bring the pillow, because then everybody's going to notice you brought it. They're going to feel like assholes that you had to do that, and hopefully
Pillow might
do
get
something
too
about it.
sweaty though.
The other thing is this woman who's very, very nice. She calls her about honey all the time.
Is she doing the back? Is she
It's
tap?
been a constant battle with the rubbing of the back.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
She rubs the back. When
I'm uncomfortable. It's a lawsuit. Did she do that to you too?
oh yeah.
Damn, I thought I was the only one.
Me too. But I looked. I saw her do it to you, and I was like, shit.
She's a very nice older woman. But she's got this thing where we're in a constant battle with this cord.
We're losing.
Which is uncomfortable because
Yeah.
I feel like I'm losing the. I feel like it's about to fall off. the whole
Pulling
time.
it.
Yeah,
It's better when it leans when it falls right in front of us.
She's very obsessed with that.
She hates that. She thinks it looks bad.
That's old school golf. We got to tell her like we let it loose, honey.
And we're on screen for 4 seconds.
Yeah, we're never on screen.
Never.
So I'm more concerned about my ass, honestly, because that's like the last hour and a half ish. I was in agony.
What if I text Brant right now? The chair sucks. We need new chairs. You think that would just ruin his whole day?
Oof. I think he's just saying it's not his operation. By the way, like we don't even need to be sitting in them the whole time. Can we just stand?
Never. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna stand. Actually,
Yeah, I don't know why we're sitting in it.
that's true. That's true.
We don't need to, right?
I don't think so.
Other than when they say it,
We gotta think outside the box.
we have to.
You got a big day calling in. You're gonna just be getting water for Francis.
Just hanging out with Francis. Yeah.
Nice.
the use of Barstool funds. Fly
Yeah,
day.
that is.
You're the one who switched last minute. I would have
crazy.
been with you.
I was,
And then we would have been posting content to the
I
channel?
was
Yeah.
was switched.
Yeah.
I didn't switch myself. They asked me to do it. I said, of course.
It was the no-brainer. It's the right move.
Yeah, it's been better for everybody. Jesus Christ, you're a fucking baby.
I didn't do.
Although I
anything,
will
but
say that Brant, nobody hates that move more than Brant.
You go to control.
He would have
Francis.
never gone to that group either. Whatever group you were with.
Oh, you would never see me.
Not
You would
once.
never- You would never see.
Not
You would never.
once.
You would never see me. He doesn't. And Frankie was mentioning this at dinner last night, which is true. He doesn't let. And again, it's a clash of styles, but he doesn't let. If Frankie and Trent have sort of a thing going, he just doesn't let that marinate. Like it's just aborted, and then like, oh, we got you shot over at 12. Curtis Goddard's got a.
And he'll do it where the guys. So there's so folks know, like there's certain holes or shots that he'll cut to that the on course guys aren't there, and that's when we take over the coverage,
which is good.
But you really should mostly cut to when the guys are there and ready with something.
Yes.
And what he'll do is cut off Frankie and Trent, and then be
We're
like,
on 12 right now.
we're gonna go to 12, and the guys aren't there. So then we like cut them off from the tower. It's
Right,
like
we're talking about somebody. Nothing gets.
nobody cares.
Nobody cares about these.
And the guy hits it to like 40 feet. We're like, who gives a fuck?
I actually think it would be better. It'd actually be pretty funny if they figure out a way to do it. If you have like a couple of announcers, and a director like that directing a tournament with literally like 32 Barstool players.
Yeah.
Everybody knew the players.
that would be really funny.
Yes.
That would actually be pretty. Or like the Ryder Cup was like that.
Yes.
With like,
I think they might try to do that in post-op for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, I think they probably. Who's doing it?
I think it might be like Jake Marsh and Nick Tarani or something.
Yeah.
Which would be good, like they did for the mini golf.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that tournament.
I remember it too.
Yeah, I'm just
There's going to be such ups and downs publicly.
We spent before things got heated last night. We spent like 25 minutes talking about the Ryder Cup at dinner last night, and it was like,
It was so fun to relive it.
it's the greatest sporting experience of all time.
I'm excited to get my shots in publicly when I can.
Yeah, well, you got a few, and you have one that you're going to lord over me forever. That still hurts, honestly. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, all right,
2025, I think.
What's that?
2025, I think they're targeting. Right before Bethpage, they're going to release that Ryder Cup video.
right before breaking 80.
Yeah,
UFC
that's right.
and, those guys will be so good.
They're going to be.
You get there before you.
They might be playing in the Ryder Cup, the actual one.
All right, Riggs, I'll talk to you. Dave, we're good? All right, goodbye.